Okay, so yeah, here we go, my nasty's coming in hot at y'all. It's me, Sheriff Nasty Jack, y'all brotha. That last chapter was so hacking good with all of the crazy action and talking and shooting and farting and pooping. But now we're moving right on to the next chapter, like all you little nasty babies, like hoa ha ha hoa hoa. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this dope track. I worked on it for like 10 whole minutes. JK. It was 12. Alright, well, without further ado, let's jump right into this ring ding ming fling darn thing. Whisper Ridge. Chapter 4. Beneath the Butte. Written and narrated by Nasty Jack. Layla Gordon, or White Dino as people call her, pulled me up onto her horse. "What's your name, honey?" she asked. "My name is Nasty Jack," I said, "and I'm the new sheriff thug in town, so I'm probably the coolest dude you've ever met, but don't tell my mama, yeah baby." "Well, I'm sorry, Sheriff Jack, but I'm going to have to put this over your head." Immediately she pulled out a black sackcloth bag and stuffed it over my thick noggin. She didn't bind my hands or anything, so theoretically I could have just taken it off, but she was kind of pretty, so I figured I would just roll with it, hee hee. We rode on horseback for what seemed like 364 days, just shy of a year, until we came to a stop. I could hear the sound of White Dino climbing off the horse. "All right, Sheriff Jack, come on down now," she said. "Okay, here I come," I said, and stood up on the horse like a freaking pro, and then turned and shouted "Yeah mama" and did a backflip off of the horse, or so I thought. I ended up smashing my face into the ground and I blacked out immediately, but not before ripping a freaking huge ole nut buster of a fart. I jolted awake, the sackcloth bag still over my head. I was tied to a wooden chair. The air was musty and dank. Hot dang, this is getting wild, oh my golly gosh darn. The bag was quickly pulled off of me and my eyes were blinded by all of the dim lanterns that were lighting the dark room I was in. Despite the dim lighting, I was able to make out what looked to be one of those highly motivational cat posters. Oh, it was so cute. Meow kitty cat. I also looked down at the ground and saw that I was sitting in the middle of a giant symbol, the same as the one on the dead man's chest and White Dino's arm. It was done pretty well from an artistic standpoint. I would give it like 8 points for creativity, but I'm not really into postmodern art. Then White Dino walked into the light and began to speak. "You've been barking up the wrong tree, partner," she said. Whoa, let me stop you right there, senorita," I whispered. "There are no trees in the Mojave Desert, like holy wow, you're a noob. It's just a figure of speech, like are you senile or something?" She responded. "No, I'm a young sheriff gangster boy, I'm good. But anyway, what were we talking about?" "You've been barking up the wrong tree, partner," said White Dino. "Oh right, thanks for jogging my memory. No lol, I said. White Dino slapped me across the face and yelled, "Shut up. You are seriously so dense you make cake donuts seem like baked potato chips." "Ouch," I responded. "That hurt both physically and spiritually. Why did you bring me here?" White Dino started. "So yeah, you are looking at the very last member of a dying organization of dark magicians. We called ourselves the Meme Lords. Our vision was for a stronger, more beautiful, superior, and just all-around more lit version of humanity. The original members carved out the stank secret base under this butte about like 69 years ago. Unfortunately, over the past couple of decades our members have either died off or retired in Miami, Florida. Goals. I digress. But yeah, as you can see, the group has been pretty unsuccessful and just all around small and short-lived. But as the last member, it's my duty to rebuild the Meme Lords. But this time I'm going to do it properly." I interrupted White Dino before she could say any more. "Okay, cool, so you just brought me here just to give me a history lesson? Weird flex, but okay. I'll do you one better. George Washington himself was my best friend and I miss him so much. Oh my goodness, why did you have to bring him up? I hate you." I shed a single tear for my homie GW. Bless up. White Dino slapped me in my thick noggin once again. Okay dude, you really gotta stop slapping me, you're killing off the last of the few brain cells that my mama bore to me when I came forth from her loins. I said, if you would stop freaking interrupting me I could freaking finish telling you all of this freak-leaking stuff, White Dino responded. "'Kay," I said, and zipped my mouth shut. But not like for reals, it's just a figure of speech because I don't have a zipper on my skinny dank decollete lips because that would be spooky. White Dino started again. I was originally just gonna kill you right away. I didn't want anyone snooping around Whisper Ridge, and when I heard that they hired a new sheriff I was like, oh shoot, here we go again, and then made plans to just off you. That's what the letter was for. White Dino gracefully did a 900 Benihana and slipped the envelope out of my shirt pocket. Wow, I totally forgot I put that in there, hee silly me lol. White Dino continued. But after the failed attempt with my last remaining partner, you may have seen him in the cemetery, I changed my plans. I have a much better use for you now, she said as she tore up the envelope and the note within it into like 5,097,923,039 pieces. Wow, good thing I grabbed that good young Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch 2017 out of there. Phew. White Dino continued yet again. So yeah, we're basically here because I'm going to perform a ritual in which I will be imbued with the ultra meme power to bring order to this world. But here's the catch, in order for the ritual to be performed, I need to use the life force of another living human being. I gasped like this hua and was like, wow, that's so dark and spooky. Where are you going to find a human life force, because I'm pretty sure they don't have any at the local Whisper Ridge grocery store. It's pretty small. Okay, you're so dummy thick dumb numb bum boy, White Dino said. Then she leaned in close to me and whispered in my ear. I'm going to use yo. Ad break. My nasties, I love you guys so much, it's unhealthy. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the episode so far. I feel like it's coming along pretty swell. Anyway, Stan sucks and I really just hate him with all of my being. Stan, if you're listening to this episode, I have but one thing to say to you. Frick you, I hope you get thrown in prison once you're done with your court hearing. But Jeff, boy oh howdy, let me tell you all about Jeff. He is a lovely boy that I love so much. He's taken over for Stan for the past couple of episodes and he is such a sweet-hearted boy that I think about him every night when I lie in bed. Yeah. So yeah, our sponsor for today's episode is the stank hill board game called Betrayal at House on the Hill. Holy wow, I can't believe how dank this game is. It's really cool cause you basically get to explore a spooky haunted house with all your closest buddies for a good solid time. But then one of your friends becomes an idiot and betrays everyone and will turn into like a big LA spider that's laying baby spider eggs everywhere and they're eating everyone, and it's just all around spooky. For the best experience while playing, set up the board game at your family's cabin in Ashland, Nebraska, and then play it like 10 o'clock at night and put a bunch of candles everywhere and throw on some spooky music. It's a mild fun time. And now for Nagging Nasties, the part of the show where you get to hear from some of our biggest fans. Today we're hearing from a person who says they're my dad. Interesting. Here's what he has to say. Hey Nasty Jack, it's me, your father. Please stop using so much toilet paper when you're taking a gigantor dummy thick poop. I'm tired of buying a new 12-pack package of TP every week because you use like an entire roll when you poop. Also please move out of your mother and I's house. You're a grown man and it's high time you did something with your life. Okay, wow, there's actually a lot written in from this person and he keeps going on about a lot of stuff that is super irrelevant. But thanks Dad for writing in, or whoever you are. Hee okay, wow, look at the time, let's get on back to the show. After White Dino whispered that spooky message in my ear, she jumped back and began chanting in a really spooky way. Like so spooky that I pooped in my pants and it squished all over my thick butt cheeks. It actually felt pretty good, but don't tell anyone. Especially my mama. Anyway, White Dino began to chant and it sounded kind of like this. Ho ho wahi ha ho ho ho, ho ho wahi ha ho ho ho, and wow, I was so spooked I didn't know what to do except to send up a lay prayer to the big G up in heaven. But then suddenly I heard the sound of some gunfire going off in the not so far away distance, as well as the sound of what seemed to be a whip that was whipping all around like whip 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 whip. White Dino stopped her chanting and ran off into the distant darkness where I couldn't see, but she was screaming all the while like this. Then I felt someone beginning to untie me and then heard them beginning to speak. Howdy partner, let's get you the freaking heck out of this spooky ole place. It was Spaghetti Sam. Oh my goodness, thank Masahiro Sakurai you showed up, Lil Spaghetti, I screamed. Yeah well, it took me a while to track you down, Spaghetti Sam responded. I had to chase off a few of the remaining Ogpimp gang members before I could dance on over here. How were you able to find me, I asked. Well, to be honest, he responded, I could smell your stinky stenchy stench from like 9,834 miles away, so I just followed the smell of your massive poopy pants. Oh, I responded, feeling a little bit silly and gassy. Okay well, let's get the freaking heck out of this spooky ole place. Yeah, that's literally what I just said, responded Spaghetti Sam. He hopped up onto his horse and extended a bony hand. I reluctantly grasped it because I don't really like reptiles all that much and hopped onto his horse with him. The two of us began riding out of the secret base beneath the butte while Lil Spaghetti was shooting his revolver all over the place. Whoa dude, why the frick are you shooting your gun? There's no one else around. White Dino ran off in the distance screaming like a lil ole baby, I said. Oh, responded Spaghetti Samuel. Sometimes I just really like firing my gun around at nothing, it's super cathartic, you know? Okay yeah sure whatever, let's just head back to town, I'm super hungry like a lot, I said. At that point we were outside the butte into the cool night of the open desert, making our way back to Whisper Ridge at a pretty high clip. Lil ole Spaghetti and myself strode back into town. We parked his horse outside the Rusty Spittoon and walked inside. We sat at the bar and I ordered a full build-your-own pizza like Uncle Matteo style, and Baby Sketty ordered a full pint for himself. Wow, that dude really loves skim milk. Alright, started Spaghetti Sam, tell me what happened. I thought I lost you there for a hot ding-dang freak-a-leaking second. I took a deep breath like a wowio and proceeded to recount to my fellow law enforcement buddy all that had surpassed. But to my surprise, Baby Sketty didn't give any hoops or hollers about what I was telling him. He was stone-faced like a freaking lion, chiseled straight from granite rock, like straight from the freaking earth, and then I realized that I was talking to a statue of a lizard that was to my left when the real Spaghetti Sam was sitting to my right. Oh, I said. Sorry my lil ole boy. But just then someone burst through the parlor doors into the saloon. He thumped down onto the ground and let out a tiny little fart like this poot. I ran over to the man and turned him over. It was Willy Billy, still just barely holding on. He grasped me by the collar and pulled my face close to his. He whispered in my ear, "Don't drink the milk." This audiobook is copyrighted by Nasty Jack Cool Storytime Incorporated.